Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Octopussy, and this movie came out in 1983, and it stars Roger Moore as James Bond once again, and it was a decent James Bond film. I think I like it better than For Your Eyes Only, maybe, but I do have my own issues with it, and it basically just comes down to what you are looking for in this movie, and I'm personally not really expecting much at this point, and I didn't really take away a whole lot from this movie, but I found it entertaining enough to where I was like, okay, I'm not like super bored by it, like I was with some other James Bond movies that I don't really connect with. But this one, I was entertained enough, and I was enjoying the silliness of everything enough to the point where I can say, like, yeah, if it's goofy or cheesy, then that's enough to carry me through the entire experience. Even if it's not great, there are things that I can still hold on to and be entertained by, or like appreciating about the film, even if it is just very similar things over and over again. And I do think Roger Moore is great as James Bond. He still works very, very well as the character, and the practical action was fun, and I liked the stunt work that went into this film, and all that stuff I really do appreciate about the film, and there are fun moments sprinkled throughout this movie that I do feel as though add to the film a lot, and I do like how goofy things can get in this movie, and there's one aspect to this movie that takes place towards the end that I felt as though, oh yeah, that's fun to watch on screen. It kind of felt a little Mission Impossible-like, but it was still fun to watch. I'm not saying that it's a ding against it. I'm just saying that's what I was kind of thinking about. And there are some scenes that I do like the bidding scene. That's a scene that I find to be memorable in this film. And it was enjoyable enough for me to be entertained by. And this movie does have the structure of a James Bond film. So if that's the kind of thing that you would like, especially in this era, then you'll enjoy the film for sure. And the film got better for me when it was James Bond escaping from the bad guy Slayer. And before that, it was decent enough to where I was enjoying it, but also kind of dragging for me because I wasn't really attached to the story. And that's where my criticisms kind of start, is that I wasn't attached to the story, unfortunately. It wasn't terrible, it was just nothing that I could really get invested in all that much. And it's kind of unfortunate that this movie came out just a couple years after the first Indiana Jones film, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and comparing the action scenes to both of those movies, I can't say that this movie has one single action scene that's better than any of the action in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, just from the way things are choreographed to the way things are shot and edited together. And that was another problem that I was having, is that some of these action scenes had too many cuts, especially the opening action scene of this movie. And I also didn't really care about any of the characters other than James Bond, other than he's just James Bond. And if you like that kind of thing, then you'll be fine with just being attached to James Bond and nobody else. But I just found it kind of difficult to care about anyone else in this movie. And I did like this movie overall. Would I say it's a good Roger Moore James Bond movie? Yes. Would I say it's a great one? Depends on how you look at it. Because the only one that I really like is The Spy Who Loved Me. I think that's the best Roger Moore James Bond film out of all of them. I haven't seen A View to a Kill yet, but I doubt that I'm going to like that movie more than The Spy Who Loved Me. And this one was just decent, enjoyable entertainment, and it accomplishes what it needs to at the very least. So check this movie out if you like Roger Moore James Bond films. That would be my recommendation. If you're not a fan of either that or just James Bond movies in general, then I don't know what you're going to get out of it. But if you like James Bond, check it out. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Octopussy a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Octopussy, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Time of the Wolf. So look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.